Hey everybody, happy whichever day of the week it is, as I always say. Hope you're doing good. My name is Emma, and we've got a nice 45-minute Yang to Yin actually today. So, actually, one of my favorite sort of yoga styles, if you like, to do. What it means is that we're going to go a little bit quicker at the start. We're going to pick up the energy, pick up a bit of fire intensity in the body. Don't worry if you've just come off the back of a long run, it is going to be short and sweet holds. We're not going to do anything crazy. And then we're going to have a lovely, mellow, easy chill for the second half of our 45 minutes. So it's just building up this intensity, giving us nice warmth all the way through our bodies, and then allowing us to kind of settle and just, yeah, enjoy those delicious stretches. Basically, that's all we're doing. So anything you need, if you need a block, you can do a strap. I would recommend a block or a cushion or something maybe you can rest on. I know people have used like books or bags of rice before. Grab something like that if you have it. The strap, totally up to you. You may want to use it. You may not find you need it. See how you go. But if you have used it in the past, maybe grab something now, and then it's by your side if you want to reach for it in a moment. And start your music. Get any water, or if it's colder where you are, get a blanket, a jumper, and we will get going. We're going to start in a child's pose, and we're going to just enjoy a few deep breaths in this child's pose. So bringing your knees to around mat width apart, toes touching behind you, bottom back onto your heels, and we're just going to walk our hands forwards. So we're reaching our fingertips towards the front of your mat, maybe a little bit beyond it. It's a-okay to go beyond your mat. Let your head rest down. Maybe it's resting on the ground, or maybe it's just kind of hovered between your arms. Closing your eyes here and just giving yourself a few moments to breathe, to settle, to focus. So whatever has already come up in your day, in your week, we're just going to tune out of that right now. Bring all of our intention just to where we're at right now. And start to focus on nice, slow breaths in and out. So really just trying to be gentle as you breathe in. Find a little bit of room in your chest. And on your exhale, softening down, maybe you've got a little bit more space. Moving into that space nice and gently. So we don't need to make this child's pose too active right now. We can absolutely just be a little bit heavy, to be honest, as we start to get going. There's no reason that we need to be super stretching all the time. We don't even need to stay still. If something feels a bit uncomfortable and you need to adjust or move, that is absolutely fine with me. Now let's start to take a little bit more intention around our deep breath. So we've done these before. If you've done some flows online before with me, we're just going to start to breathe with a count of 4. So all that is that we breathe in for 4, we hold for 4, we breathe out for 4, and then we hold for 4. We repeat that at least 4 times, if we're being honest. So when you're ready, taking a deep breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4, holding here for 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold again, 4, 3, 2, 1, breathing in, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, 4, 3, 2, 1, breathing out, 4, 3, 2, 1, holding, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time, inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, holding, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now gently making your way back into a breathing rhythm that you can hold on to, that you can stay with, that feels good, just for while we're moving. So sometimes our breathing speeds up a little bit. Maybe you can find that super, super relaxed focus and slow it right down. And just see where you relax into. And sometimes after doing that kind of box breathing that we just did, we just can notice a bit of a shift in our mental state. Maybe we've got a little bit more calmness. And actually that's just going to help us move a little bit more easily. So we'll try and take that sense, that focus, that calm through our postures. When you are ready, we're going to move up onto our fingertips. So we're not moving the rest of the body too much, but we are finding a bit more space down our backs, into our arms, our shoulders, and really trying to press into your fingertips. So we've got nice long spines. And our hips ascending, or we're sending our hips back, towards our heels. Gently making our way up from here. So slowly moving out, coming onto all fours, hands gliding back towards you, knees moving underneath. You might need a little wiggle if your hips feel a little bit tight from holding that child's pose. So our knees are underneath us, or underneath our hips, hands and wrists underneath our shoulders, and moving through to our cat-cows. We're going to lower our tummies down, take a roll of your shoulders, lift your chest. Opposite direction, beginning to curl up through your spine. So we're drawing our belly buttons all the way to the top. Breathing in as you move forwards, find that space in front of your chest. Breathing out as you roll up. Inhale, move forwards. Exhale to the top, curling through our backs. And take one more big breath in. Big breath out. Press the mat away. Find that space across your shoulder blades. Slowly coming back down to neutral. Give your shoulders a roll. Okay, here is where we're going to start to build up a little bit of heat. So stay with me. Forearms are coming down onto our mat and our shoulders are directly above our forearms. Now we all know what a low plank is. Lil has given this to us before. So we're going to step our way back into a low plank. Remember that we're not lifting our hips up in a V shape. We're not lowering them down in a bit of a U. We are nice and strong. Pressing your chest up and away from your mat. Lifting up through your core. And from here, we're going to pulse forward for 10 pulses. So that's just a press forward with your toes and then a draw back with your core. So coming forward for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees down. Give your shoulders a roll. Maybe come into a bit of a puppy pose. So that's hips staying up high, arms resting down on our mats. We're going to do that 2 more times. Our shoulders are going to love us for it. I promise, those juicy stretches at the end are so worth it. When you are ready, coming back into this low plank. So again, shoulders above our elbows, tuck your toes under, lifting your knees off, coming forward for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees down into our puppy pose, maybe even shake your arms out. Just one more to go. If it's hot where you are, trust me, I'm about to start sweating, and we will come back up into that low plank. If you need to keep your knees down and just kind of press forward from here, it's going to be a bit stronger on your triceps, but feel free to do that if it's a bit too much at the moment to come off of those knees, especially for all 3 sets. So coming back with our toes tucked under if you're going to that full low plank. Remember, we're still in that straight line, no V's or U's. When you are ready, coming forward for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees come down, back up into our puppy pose. hips to the top, toes untuck. Give your arms a shake, have some chicken wings. In fact, let's move into a child's pose for a moment. Just give our whole body a break. Shoulders roll. Hopefully they're getting a little bit warmer. We're going to bring our arms back down, forearms back onto our mats. Not back into those low planks. We're coming up into a dolphin. So same setup for our upper body. Arms pressing down through the mat, chest lifted. Toes tuck under. This time our hips are going all the way to the top. And we're trying to find some space down the back of our legs. So it is going to be quite intense through your arms, your upper body. But from here, our focus just for today is going to be drawing down into our heels. So maybe just pedaling your feet out side to side for a moment. A bit more intense through our upper body than our downward dog. Stay with it. And then bringing your feet, so they're about hip distance apart. Our hips are still staying high. If you want to add more intensity, feel free to walk those toes in. If you're good as you are, which I suspect you are, then leave things as they are. And we're going to lift up as high as we can onto our tiptoes and then lower back down. Okay, a couple more of those, all the way to the top, breathing in. Exhale, lower. Inhale to the top. Bring it down, breathe out. 2 more, breathing in. Exhale. Last time, all the way up, all the way back down, and now into our downward dog. Shake your arms out, lift your forearms off the mat. Pedal your feet again, wiggle around a little bit. Okay, we're going to give our shoulders a little bit of a break, just for a moment. Not focusing on our shoulders, or they are going to stay pressing down. Our hands are going to stay pressing down into the mat. Your right toes now lifting up from our downward dog. Reaching this leg up high. It does not have to be all the way to the top. You might be coming to around here. You may just be hovering off the mat behind you, trying to find a stretch down to the back of your left heel. Now bending through your right knee. So you can take some hip circles all the way through this right leg and really trying to find some intention with it. So we're not just kind of moving the leg around and having a bit of a wiggle. That there is a place for that. There's absolutely time and place for that. But right now, trying to find some space in our hips, really trying to roll and open up, create those big circles with your knee, going in both directions if you can. Do a couple one way and then switch over to go the other way. And once you've done a few in each direction, slowly bringing your right foot down toward the front, planting it outside your right hand, lower down that left knee. Here we take a nice deep breath. Chest lifts up, fingertips on the mat. We're going to wiggle our right toes into the middle, or more into the middle, I should say. Bring your right hand around, lifting your fingertips all the way to the top. Now from here, we can either have our back toes tucked, or we can untuck them. You may find that one way kind of helps you balance a little bit more. See how you go. We are squeezing our glutes, sending our hips forwards, and our arms right now are lifting all the way up to the top. Okay, deep breath, reach the fingertips. Exhale, bring your elbows down, squeeze the shoulder blades together. 2 more, breathing in and out. 1 more, breathing in and out, squeezing the shoulders. This time as you breathe in, lifting up. So our hips are coming a bit higher, we're straightening up through that right leg. Exhale, see if we can lower down. Squeeze through your glutes, send your hips forwards. 2 more, breathing in. Exhale, lower. Last time, all the way to the top. Breathing out, lower yourself back down. Inhale, bring your arms back to the top, fingertips reaching, back in this low lunge and transitioning from here into a high lunge. So if they're not already, tuck your left toes underneath. Find one place to find your focus on, pressing into our feet to lift our left knee off the mat. And then into a twist, your left arm comes forwards, right arm back. We're using the strength in our tummy and our glutes to hold us here. Chest is turning to the side. Good, bringing your left arm forwards and down. It's going to plant inside your right toes. Right hand lifting up into our twist. And release, both hands down onto our mats. Moving into a high plank. As you breathe in, really lifting up through the chest. Exhale, knees lower, toes untuck. Bring your chest all the way down. Rolling our shoulders on our breath in, lifting up into a cobra, nice big lift. Exhale, pressing yourself back, toes tuck, hips going high up into our downward dog. Have a little wiggle, shake things off. We're going to do all of that on the other side. In fact, I'm going to turn around before I do that. You guys stay as you are, otherwise I won't be facing you. So, starting with our left toes, same as we did before, reaching up. Just find a stretch down to the back of your right heel. We've still got this pressure, this strength through our right, not through our right arms, through both arms. And now bending our left knee, starting to take some circles through our hips, rolling up and over. A few in one direction, as big as we can. This knee making those big, big, big circles. Switching over to go the opposite way. And we're still using that strength in the shoulders. They're still working hard. When you have done a few in each direction, send your left foot forwards, bringing it outside your hands, right knee lowers. Untuck your toes if you did last time. Start to wiggle your toes, your left toes, into the middle of your mat. Breathing in as we lift up, going back into this low lunge. Focusing here, so just finding one place. Look at that focus point, stick with it. Deep breath in. Send the hips forward. Exhale, elbows coming down, shoulder blades squeezing together. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last time, just the arms breathing in, all the way out. Coming up with the legs as well this time as we straighten up with our arms, sending our hips back, length through this left leg. Exhale, leaning your hips forward so you can go a little bit deeper. Inhale to the top. Exhale, come down. Last time, breathing in, all the way out. And sweeping your arms all the way up. Fingertips reach. Our right toes tucking underneath, pressing through that leg to lift our knee off into our high lunge and then into our twist. So your right arm moves forwards, left arm comes back, and we're twisting up through this chest. Deep breath. Send your right arm forwards and down, lifting up through the left into our twist. This back heel still pressing back and away. Our hips still level, so we're not completely just twisted and kind of wonky over on the side. We're literally trying to reach up with our arm and turn through the back and the waist. Bring both hands down, stepping back into our high plank, ready for that same vinyasa we did. Breathing out as you lower, knees first, or feel free to take a chaturanga if you wish. Roll your shoulders, coming up into our cobra, maybe an up dog. Pressing back, toes tuck, lifting into your down dog, and give yourself a shake out. Shoulders roll, pedal your feet. Okay, a little bit more on each side before we come into those relaxing postures. We are sending our right toes to the top, opening again into this split dog, this three-legged dog. Our knee comes up high, hips start to roll open, so we've got space in our legs. Sending your right foot forwards and down. Doesn't matter where you place it, but it's going to end up pretty much in the middle of your mat. Breathing in as we lift our arms up back into this high lunge we did before. And now into our warrior two. So we're pressing down through our left heel, opening up our chest, opening up our hips, reaching through the arms. Okay, give your shoulders a big roll, re-stretch, fingertips extending away from each other. Now here is where I'm going to grab my block. So grab yours if it's nearby. I'm going to place it just inside my right foot. And as we breathe in, we're going to straighten through this right leg, reach your arms up. As we breathe out, my right hand's going to go onto this block, my left arm's going to come forward. Coming back into that flying warriors, breathing in all the way to the top, strong through the legs. Breathing out, right hand comes down, left arm reaches, stretch down the left side. Inhale to the top, nice and long. Breathing out, lowering down, reach your left hand. We have two more, come all the way to the top, hips working hard. Breathing out to lower. Inhale last time, all the way high. Exhale, bring yourself down. From here, see if we can straighten up a little bit through this right leg. So we're still leaning forward, we've got space down the left side of our waist. And now we're going to turn ourselves around, probably to the side of your mat. I am going to wiggle my block. So it's just in front of me, but not quite where it was. Turning my toes to face the side of the mat as well. Breathing in, roll your shoulders, lift your chest. Exhale, fold. Now I'm going to bring this block back towards me and I'm going to pop it just in front of my left foot. So some of you may need the block, some of you may not. It really depends on how your legs are doing right now. So see where you're at. Remember, variations are good, tools are good. Humans invented tools for a reason. We are very clever. So tools are never a bad thing. Little props are helpful. We're going to start to walk our hands over towards our left ankle. And as we do that, we're lowering our hips down towards the ankle and the heel, and we're keeping this right leg fairly straight. Now for me today, I can get fairly low on this left side, but if you wish, if it's not going to quite work for you, you can keep the block in front of you and kind of lean your weight on it. So you're kind of coming halfway. Even better, potentially for some of you, you might want to sit on your block behind you, so it's just taking a little bit of the pressure out of this left leg. Either way, what we're looking for is some opening up through our hips into our thighs and also quite a lot of mobility into our left ankle. So when we're doing our squats, mobility in our ankle it's the key. I'm going to tell you it's the key. Okay, from here, unraveling if you've got your block with you, turning to face possibly the back edge of your mat, fingertips coming down, stepping back into our high plank, and then into that vinyasa again. So either your knees first, or if you wish, if you want to go for that second energetic option, whole body lowers, moving forwards and up into an up dog, press through the tops of your feet, chest opens, rolling all the way back up into our downward dog. Same on the other side, so we're going to get back to the front of our mat by doing all of that in the opposite direction. So our left toes back to the top, just as they were before, and opening out into our split dog. Now take a deep breath. See if we can send this left foot forwards, planting it somewhere at the top of our mat, hopefully coming into the middle of your mat. As you breathe in, lifting your fingertips all the way to the top. Breathing out to go into our warrior two. Good, settling down into our legs, a little bit lower. Soften through your shoulders, bring your block close to you as you come into these flying warriors. Same thing this side, so we're reaching up, straighten through the legs, reach your fingertips. Exhale, left hand goes onto our block and right arm reaches the opposite way. Inhale to the top, nice big. Take up space. Exhale, lowering down, space in our legs. 3 more, breathing in to come high. Breathing out to lower yourself down. Reach your right arm, so all this space, all this stretch down through our waist. Breathing in, lifting to the top, squeeze the legs. Exhale, come lower. We have our last one now, all the way to the top as high as we can get. Exhale, left hand comes down, right fingertips reach. Moving from here, see if we can straighten up through this left leg. Still got this big lift through our waist. And then we're going to turn our chest down, fingertips onto your mat, wiggling that block out of the way, turning to that long edge of your mat again. Breathing in, shoulders roll, chest lifts. Exhale, lower back down. Walking ourselves over towards our right ankle, right knee. See if we can bring our hips a little bit lower. So again, I'm coming quite low on this side. So I might need to kind of put a block in front of me. I may come halfway and kind of sit here. We're just trying to find this space, wherever you're at right now. Go with that. Staying lifted through your chest. Okay, hands coming down, swiveling our toes to face the front one more time, and then stepping back, deep breath in. Exhale, lowering yourself down. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, all the way to the top. Wiggling through your feet. Shake your shoulders. We're going to walk our toes up towards our hands, and you can stay at the front of your mat. I'm going to turn again to face you. As you breathe in, give a roll of your shoulders, fingertips coming up to your shins. Exhale, lower down, soften through your upper body. Breathing in one more time. Breathing out, come lower. Okay, next breath in, we're going to roll all the way up to standing. Big lift, shoulders come back, chest opens. Couple little balances before we come down onto our mats. So we're going to start out just moving into a chair pose, and then we're going to see how we can play with that chair pose a little bit. before we come all the way down. I promise you've got this. Again, we're going to work into those ankles, use the strength in our glutes and our quads, and we are going to find one place to look at, one thing to focus on. Even if it's something in my room, don't look at me, I will move, I will wobble, I'm human, but look at something that isn't going to wobble. Okay, our feet coming closer together. We're going to squeeze them down into the mat. Core is staying super strong. Arms reaching up as we bend our knees, shift the bottoms back, lowering down into our chair, chest staying open, lovely and proud. Can we go a little bit lower? We may get a few mini earthquakes in our legs. That is a-okay. Deep breath. Now pressing strong through your left foot. So you can lift this right leg up, straighten through the left leg. Good, hold, squeeze. Staying strong through this right side. Coming all the way back down, feeling a little bit like a marching band. Bringing your right foot down, back into our chair, stay low. Deep breath. Same thing on the other side. So we're pressing down into our right foot, lifting our left leg off. Squeeze through the glute, squeeze through the thigh. Bring yourself all the way back down into your chair. Thighs squeezing closer together. Hands now coming down to our chest. And your left elbow is going to hook onto the outside of your right thigh. We're turning ourselves to the side. Find a space. Back to the front. Over the other way, right elbow outside our left leg. I know we're working into those legs, staying super strong. Coming back to face forward. One more deep breath. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And fold. Shake your legs out. Very well done. Okay, give your shoulders a roll. We're going to bring our toes a little bit wider now. So if you're facing forwards, I should say, not sideways on your mat, your feet are going to be around mat width apart, maybe a sort of a couple of shoulder widths, basically. Fingertips staying down, moving into a squat. So if you need to bring your block back closer to you, so use rest on your hands, or maybe you want to pop it behind your bottom, feel free. We're going to lower our hips down all the way. Have a little sway at the bottom if you wish. Ease yourself in. Maybe you're sitting on your block and you're taking a bit of that pressure out of your legs, sorry. Maybe you are halfway and we're just holding here. We're still trying to lift our chest. So we're not just curled over and kind of flopping through our shoulders. We are staying super strong. Lowering your hips down as much as you can. Then we're going to take this block out of the way if you have it there. Bringing ourselves down onto our knees. Come back up to kneeling. Give your shoulders a shake. Have some water if you have it next to you. We are coming into that yin, lovely section. We build up some heat, hip, shoulders, core. We've kind of worked through everything. Now we're going to bring it back down. We're going to stay slow. We're going to hold things for sort of 3-ish minutes, each single posture. At any point, please feel free to come out of it. If it is too much, if it's too intense, please adjust. Listen to your bodies. Only you know you best, okay? We're going to start out in a frog position. So I think we've done this before, and you've probably done a few similar things in your warm-ups, a bit more dynamic before any strength training. But to come into this frog position, what we're trying to do is take our knees to where is comfortable. We're taking our heels directly behind our knees, and then we're just kind of we're walking ourselves forwards, trying to bring our hips down so that we've got a bit more space through these inside thighs. Now you may find that you want to kind of stay here, and we're just holding on our forearms. You may want to go a little bit wider with your legs and feel like you've got some space. My hips are not going to play ball today. I can tell you that for one thing. So I'm going to stay here. And I'm just going to breathe and see if I can get my chest a little bit further down. Maybe I can soften. So have a think. See where you want to go. Find that sweet spot that maybe you can hold for a little bit of time. And I'm going to stay quiet. So really trying to focus on our breathing, maybe on the sounds and music around you if you have some playing. And this is where we can just use this sense of calm and our slow breaths to find a bit more space. Okay, we've got about 1 more minute to go. Slowly bringing yourself up out of this frog pose, hands walking closer towards you. Take it slow and steady, and there's no perfect, super graceful way to come out of these postures often. So just find whatever works. We're going to come to bring our legs closer together and then just folding straight over the top of your lap. So just take a moment to kind of go from that quite wide kneed posture just to rebound for a moment. Have a little chance to let things recoil, gently bringing yourself all the way back up to kneeling. Okay, coming down onto our bottoms now. So starting out in a straddle. Now I know we've just done a bit of a wide leg posture. We're going to come into one more, and it's because really we're looking at more space through our hamstrings and into our backs for this one. So by all means, if you would like to bring a block in front of you and kind of bring yourself down here, or maybe rest your forehead on top, feel free. But just thinking about our intention with this one today is to find some space through our hamstrings and through our lower back. So aiming, if we can, even though we're taking it for a slightly longer time, if we can, trying to maintain a bit more length in our backs and not just kind of curling and hunching over through our shoulders. So when you are ready, just starting to walk your hands forwards. Again, taking it for a few minutes. As always, feel free to adjust if you need. We're about halfway through on this one, so using your breathing, seeing where you're at, doesn't necessarily mean you're moving further forwards or down, but noticing those sweet spots, breathing into it, softening there. Gently coming out from here. Hands walking slowly back towards you as you roll up through your back. You may want to give your legs a little wiggle and then bring your knees in towards you. Knees and feet in front. Just wrap your arms around your legs for a moment, curling up. Again, this little rebound posture. Slowly moving out from here. We're going to come down onto our backs. So you have one more posture, and we couldn't do a nice slow stretch without moving into a supine twist. So bringing yourself down onto your backs, nice and gently. Your right leg's going to go out long, left knee coming in. And here is where you may want that strap, or if you have anything that you might want to wrap around your toes. I'm going to grab my strap. It will help me a little bit. You're going to start by wrapping your strap, or maybe you're just using your hand around the back of your leg, reaching your foot up to the top, so our heel's pressing away from us, and slightly drawing our leg towards us. So again, working into our hamstrings, just for one deep breath. When you're ready, letting your left leg go all the way over to the right. So you may have your hand there, you may not, doesn't matter. Really just using that tool to get the leg there in the first place. Once it's there, I'm going to let go of that strap, and my gaze is going over my left shoulder. So my leg and my arm are going complete opposite directions. And if you don't quite have the space to have your left leg straight, feel free just to bend your knee. Same stretch, just with slightly different intensity. So with your leg straight, it's going to go a little bit more down the outside of your thigh again. And then we're keeping our shoulders on the mat. Staying here for a minute or so. Starting to bring your left leg back in towards you. Just bend your knee. You might get a few tingles through that left leg. Maybe give it a bit of a wiggle. Take some small circles with your knee. And we'll go over to the other side. So left leg goes out long. Your right knee coming in. And again, if you did use a strap or anything like before, wrapping it around your foot, reaching your heel up to the top. So a nice deep stretch in the back of our legs just for a moment before sending your leg all the way over to the left. I'm going to have to wiggle a bit on my side. Give me some space. Feel free to bend your knee if you don't quite have the room like me. Reaching your right arm away, and we're trying to find this big twist down our backs. And this sort of twist, this move is so nice just to hold for a few moments. So breathing here. One more deep breath. Gently moving out from our twist. Your right knee coming all the way back through. And again, if you have a few little tingles or anything, just wiggle into your leg. Pop that strap out of the way. We are coming to finish up. We have one more posture, but feel free to take any variation, that you wish with this one. So I'm going to lift myself up slightly and I'm going to place my block underneath my back. Almost, it's above my waist. It's kind of where my shoulder blades are. So what it means is that as I lay back, it's lifting my chest slightly away from the floor, and then I can really roll and unravel my shoulders. So my chest is a bit more open. So you may want to do that with a block. You may want to turn your block. It could be on the higher side or on the medium setting, or you may just have a cushion that you put underneath you, maybe a bit of a firmer cushion, a pillow. And that is just going to give us a chance to have a lovely big opening of our chests. Again, staying here for our final few moments, we're going to rest down in this posture here. If it is uncomfortable or not quite working for you, feel free just to come into your usual Shavasana, rest down, arms and legs wherever you wish. Otherwise, just being here, breathing slow. Gently bringing your block or your cushion, if you have it underneath you, just lift yourself away from it for a moment. Take it away from underneath you. Come down onto your mat. Notice that difference in your chest, your shoulders. And let's find a full body stretch. Arms reaching back, toes pointing forwards, hugging our knees in towards us. Nice big squeeze, a very well deserved cuddle. A little rock and roll side to side if that feels good. Gently lifting ourselves up through to a seated position, whatever that looks and feels like for you right now. Keeping your eyes closed or a soft gaze, hands wherever is comfy. We'll take one more big releasing breath to finish up. Nice big breath in all the way up through our nose, sighing out through your mouth. Soften those shoulders down. Grow tall with the crown of your head. Big, lovely smiles to finish up, please, everybody. I hope you feel refreshed, chilled, probably a little bit like you've moved. I hope you feel good most of all. And I hope you enjoyed that little change in tempo that we had throughout the class. If there is anything that you would like to see more of, any feedback on any of these sessions, please let me and Lily know. I really just want to make sure it works for you. We both do. So whatever you want to see, let us know and we'll do our best to get there. But for now, have a wonderful rest of your day and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.